First of all, thank you so much, sir, for talking to us. My first question to you is, what role do you think the African Union membership in the G20 will play in improving global governance?
This is a very welcome step that all countries of G20 are agreeing that African Union should be accommodated in the conglomeration. And once African Union comes, you know that it is a conglomeration of almost 52 countries in Africa. And those 52 countries, some are fast developing, some are developing, some are even least developed countries. So you need a voice of these countries also in fastest developing economy that G20 has. So in that situation, I think that they will play a very vital role, because once they can project their problems, that what is the problem in economic growth of the countries and the global situation. So I think that this role that African Union will play after coming, it will be as good as the role of European Union, because European Union is a conglomeration of almost developed countries. But now African Union coming, it will be a conglomeration of developing countries, and in that way there will be a balancing between economically developed countries and economically less developed countries.
Absolutely right, sir. Can you just put your opinion on the participation of African Union in G20 will further enhance the influence and voice of countries in the global south? What's your take on that?
Can you repeat the question
Yes.
again?
The participation of African Union in the G20 will further enhance the influence and voice of countries in the global south.
That is what now, after India got the presidency of G20, it organized a conference of Global South. And I think this was the first experiment by India after non-aligned movement. So in the global south, if African Union was speaking in that conference, and now if African Union joins the G20, I think that will be really something that voice of those countries, voice of poor countries will come in G20, and I think that will be very important.
My next question to you is, China was the first country to explain the support to the AU's membership in G20. How do you see China's effort to promote China-Africa friendship?
Actually, India and China are the two largest, countries in the world. Now, India is the largest population-wise country and the largest democracy, but China has, the privilege of becoming the fastest-growing economy. You can say that China has the export-import relationship with almost all countries of the world, and in that way, if China supported explicitly the joining of African Union in G20, that was really very welcome step, because India and China, if they put their voice together on something, I think it becomes a very good strength and very big strength. And in that way, China has done a really fantastic thing, that it supported the proposal that was given by India. So in that way, you can say that China and India are together on this issue, and this is really very heartening to hear in G20.
That's very nice, sir. I would like to just add on question to you. How do you see the China and Africa cooperation, the way it's growing? Like China decided in its global development initiative to give Africa about $10 billion US dollars. How do you see that?
China has economic relations with almost all countries of the world, and Africans, after US and EU had matured their resources in Africa, China came, and China is helping in creating infrastructure in those countries. And if China is giving money to African countries, that is really a very welcome step, because Africa needs support from outside. And if the outside support from US and EU has limited strength, then in that way, if China is coming, that is good. That China is supporting those countries, and I think that is good for both the countries, for China and Africa both.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really very nice talking to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.